Welcome to the first crypto cast of I don't know, bud. and turn this phone off. Uh, I'm here to talk crypto strategy. Um, I this weekend opened up a new bank account and bought a new phone. And separate number, but basically separate everything. You know, all separate infrastructure, so to speak, from my current day trading platforms and investments to solely focus on crypto, to keep it separate from personal finance and all the other investments I got. So that way I can kind of really see and gauge um, how profitable cryptocurrencies can actually be to me, um, in a real world day to day operation. Um, so basically, all I've done is spent all in right now $3,000 on a 1 year phone plan with unlimited data, whatever, and a iPhone with all the gizmos and gadgets, everything paid for outright, and then a few $100s in the bank account um, to act as a base for funds, transferring funds back and forth into um, the trading platform I'm using, which is Robinhood. And I know Robinhood, it's reported to have its issues, but again, right now I've only put in a few $100s, very, very small amount, just to test the infrastructure. Because, I feel like it's new, But at the same time, for crypto, the adoption rate is something that is what's pushed me into it now. I've been not against cryptos, but really shied away from them since I heard about them years ago. I remember I had a neighbor telling me I should buy Bitcoin, back when it was under $100 or whatever. And I just remember thinking, yeah, I don't know. This isn't something I can adopt, so to speak. I got to be studious with my money. I'm not a rich man. I work for a living, and I can't just be putting my life savings into, some cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? If I need cryptocurrency, I'll play Modern Warfare and get some Call of Duty points. That was my my thought. And now enough years have gone by, and it's come kind of clear to me. And now that cryptocurrency is not going away. You had El Salvador, a country, adopt it as a currency, and you've got people trying to make ETFs out of it. You got big money now kind of flirting with the idea. So long story short, it's not going to go away. So then the question is, well, what is the adoption rate? You know, so what I've done, I think, is spend as little money as possible to set up the infrastructure, to start calculating the percentages, not just of the adoption rate, but of the trading itself. Because my trading strategy is, it runs on a few basic principles. I'll trade anything against the US dollar, because the United States dollar is the world's reserve currency, and it's, the currency I have to use day to day to do everything. It's the currency I pay taxes in. Um, it's, it's part of my life, and I can't escape the US dollar. It's for better or for worse, unfortunately, what I got to use. And so everything I do it'll always kind of go against that. When I'm working, it's how many US dollars per hour. When I'm buying an asset, it's how many US dollars. When I sell it, how many US dollars, and what's my profit and loss in US dollar. Um, but when it comes to investing, for me, I don't look just at the US dollar. That's not my end all be all. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the US dollar, or the policies that the banks kind of have on it right now. In my perfect world, we would return to, a 1914 style, gold-backed currency, in the world type thing, But, in the 70s, we were really kind of officially removed off the gold standard, and, for better or for worse, banks basically put it in their vaults, and said, we're not going to use this as a backing to a currency, and we're just going to use it as a security blanket. And that's what gold's been doing. It's been sitting in central banks and countries and by the wealthy to kind of hold their wealth against, well, the traditional issues, So gold is, it's still performing the same thing it's been performing for thousands of years as a currency, just kind of in a different way now. Just not something that's been adopted by the public on a large level. It's more of something, I personally feel like smarter people use to hold wealth in the long term. But that's that. Again, with crypto, it's a new player on the field that, well, obviously isn't going to waste. My question is going to be, well, what's the adoption rate? Now, let me just shoot this wall here. And, but I think the adoption rate is going to have an effect on the ratios. Like when I'm trading precious metals, it's against ratios. So, my most recent switch, while I did make a US dollar gain on the trade I was really going for was just an increase in physical units. So I physically traded physical metal for a different metal because I could get more metal than normal, So instead of getting paid in US dollar, I got paid in platinum, because the platinum ratio, when the health crisis hit, platinum, the price just plunged. And, platinum's not going anywhere. Same as gold, it's not going anywhere. It physically can't, it's very, very physically hard, almost 100% impossible to destroy platinum. You can recycle it, and same for gold, but it's not going anywhere. So it's like the safest industrial metal you can buy. The ratio for me will be with platinum as well. When that ratio goes back from its 2-to-1 on gold, or I think it's 1.8 now to gold, and it goes back, let's say, to historic norms of like 0.5, sure, I might make a US dollar gain, or maybe not, but with inflation, probably make a US dollar gain. I'll also just gain back more gold. And I didn't even really do anything. I just kind of traded metals for one on the other, basic trading stuff. But now that there's cryptos, I'm starting to think that, well, yeah, you could play it against a US dollar or euro ratio or whatever type of income you feel like would be a good idea. I'm wondering, what about crypto to crypto? And the platform I downloaded is the Robinhood, and they allow, for whatever reason, trading of Bitcoin and Dogecoin all day, every day, Labor Day today, and I bought and sold Bitcoin and bought Dogecoin, and I could right now just stop playing this video game and open my phone and sell my Doge, and then transfer that money into my bank account that I've set up, and it's there, Now, with my stocks, I can't really do that, because the market is, it's it's the New York market, so it's only open on New York times. For precious metals, you got to have your physical dealer open. You have to be able to physically take your metal somewhere to physically trade it. And so So crypto's kind of changed in the perspective that you can just kind of willy-nilly, any time of day, any day, holiday. Where'd this guy go? Just kind of trade. Um, and so I like that aspect, that there's 24/7 liquidity. And because it means that there would be more opportunities to find trade. So it would be easier to make money or easier to transfer money because it's always open. It's like a 24-hour gas station. You can always go and fill up your car. And but now the question is, well then, what are the ratios? What are the trading parameters going to be? Because not only do you have, like I watched the euro to dollar issue. Now, not only do you have government currencies changing in value against each other, or platinum to gold changing in value. Now you have cryptocurrencies changing in value, not just against the currencies, but against themselves. And that's a competition, I mean, I'm sure the amount of cryptocurrencies is going to grow as the competition grows. And the question is, what's the adoption rate, Like I'm a millennial, and I remember when phones were on the wall. They were big blocks, and, that's just what it was, Your computer was a huge block, and it did like one thing, and it froze, and it go time it connected to the internet. Now I got a cell phone. It's in the palm of my hand. It could do a million things at once and do it in a small amount. Oh, this guy got me. But yeah, so the plan is basically buy and sell Bitcoin to the US dollar. Buy and sell Dogecoin to the US dollar. Any US dollars I do get, I'm not going to change into euros, or, well, I maybe transfer them into metals. Like if I had a large, substantial profit, I always go directly to metals. Gold, silver, platinum. Those are my go-tos. But, I can't rule out the fact that, cryptos are going to start fighting. And you might ratio, the money won't even really matter, as long as you don't overdo your bank account, as long as you play the ratios. Why did that C4 not blow up? But that's the plan. So stay tuned. If you're in the same game I'm in, if you want to play some, But I think that'll do it for this podcast. The currency cast. I don't know what it is.